All right, so my name is Xiao. So some of you already know me, and I'm the founder of DevFortress and Athena AI. And at Athena AI, we build generative AI apps. But DevFortress, we're a consulting firm, software consulting firm. But we also build our own applications such as Athena AI, Magic AI, so a bunch of generative AI apps. So today I'm going to talk about how you're going to assess the success metric of an AI technology, whether it's model or like piece of software, the AI powered software. So I think the key challenge, I think most of you probably know that we're getting weekly updates at this point on AI and AI agents every week, especially during the past few weeks, during the beginning of Q4. So, and yeah, it's impossible to build new product, new wrappers around each new updates. So yeah, that is why we must be able to know, which product are, like which set of technology are ready and which are not. Right, so today we're going to go over the case study on the adoption of the image generation AI from the diffusion models and to the multi-model LLMs that we're seeing this year. So yeah, before 2025, for this year, with like model like Midjourney, Stable Diffusions, and DALL-E, they like those diffusion models, they start getting like very high quality images. So, but there's a big problem there, right? So before 2025, all the diffusion models, they are not able to do the editing part. They are fairly random in terms of generation. You can generate a beautiful landscape or a painting, but can you use that as an event banner, marketing material? Not really. It's more for the visual or for occasionally like stock photos, replacement for the stock photos. That was before this year, right? So that's so the evolution. That's with the diffusion model, and at the end of this era, we can call it a leap here, is with a model like a Google Imagen 3. We have some aspect of editing. So we didn't go from not able to edit at all to just to like Nano Banana this year. So we like in the middle, there's like some models similar to Google Imagen 3 where you had to upload a mask, and then with the mask you specify which part of the image that you need to edit. And there are also, I think if I go to the next slide, right? Oh, yeah, so the Imagen 3 editing. So there's a mask-based editing, also the impending and outpending editing. So basically we're saying, okay, now let me just extend this image with like another background, right? You have to be very specific on what are you editing, and to implement a software around that is very complicated. Imagine you every time the user wants to edit something, you ask the user to upload the mask. The end user, if they are not technical, they don't even know what is a mask. So you probably need to implement some workaround with, draw like a pinpoint, like draw a mask on top of the image, and then confirm that's a mask, and then submit the mask, right? Those are overhead on top of the AI models. So, and guess what? If you implement this kind of mask-based editing in the beginning of 2025, it's totally useless now, because right now you don't need that anymore. All of the models, they support the multi-model, all the multi-model models, such as GPT Image 1 and Nano Banana. They don't require mask anymore. the same is the in-painting or painting, because right now you can just ask it to change the background without saying that explicitly that you want this model and you want the in-painting or painting model to do that. So yeah, or as I said before, when GPT-4o released their image editing capability, I think it blows up the internet. It went up like I remember that was like early April. So around early April, that everybody on the internet was generating like animated images all the time, like for like 2 months straight. And OpenAI was tweeting about their GPU are melting. So yeah, so and also obviously you guys know that later this year, which is right now, we have Nano Banana, which got released recently. And again, like this signal that the product, this kind of image generation product is ready, because you can't go beyond that, in the sense that right now you can edit the image by just talking to the AI, either through voice prompt, or through like text prompt, right? So of course the quality of the output can get better with time. It's not perfect yet. However, that you don't, like, if you're building a software, an image editing app right now, you don't need to worry about mask. You just the only input is conversational, which is you just talk to the AI model and you make edit. The quality of the edit will get better, but we cannot, like, you cannot improve, in terms of the user interface, it won't be better unless it can read your mind, right? We cannot like telepathically communicate with the model yet, maybe in a few years. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what I define like as the product readiness for this, for the image editing, right? We have high fidelity control, which is very like high quality images. Character consistency, because we can upload existing character and make edit with it. So the speed, that I have to emphasize, the speed got really fast, especially with Nano Banana. And yeah, of course, the editing. The last part is the conversational editing, which I can now edit by simply talking with it, by simply talking with the model in almost in real time. So will be the same with video generation, right? With video generation be the next. And before I go into that, I mean, a lot of people are asking me like what's the best way to build like a wrapper, like LLM-based app, which called GPT wrappers. Well, I'd say like your app has to be to scale with the strengths of the model. So you just like I just say, like it cannot be something. The worst case it can happen is there's an update on the model and you replace what your app is doing, right? So your app should be really a wrapper, not a replacement, right? So you really need to build a feature that can scale with the strength of the model. So I mean, we can go briefly over the video generation, because it's on the same path, in my opinion. Right. So what we have in now at this moment is we have Vue and Vue 3.1 right now, and obviously Sora 2 can go beyond 8 seconds now. Still, I'd say like every model that generate beyond 8 seconds, they are fairly slow compared to Google View 3 Fast. I actually clock with my stopwatch that View 3.5 average slightly a bit, the generation speed of View 3.1 is slightly over a minute on average. So, and for any other model, especially those can go beyond 10 seconds, they take at least like 2, 3, if not 5 minutes. I think Sora 2, when I tried it on OpenArt and also with my own app through the API, it takes, if you set it to the Pro version, Sora 2 Pro with like 12-second generation, it can take up to like 10 minutes to generate the high quality 12-second video. So yeah, my prediction for the next year is we can probably get under 30 seconds with high quality short format video generation. And yeah, at this point, I think we don't like the video AI are not fully ready yet because for the issue I just mentioned, like there's still the consistency is the big issue with the video-based AI. Even if you specify the image reference for the first frame, but the bigger issue is definitely speed. It's really difficult to build an app, especially if you want to target consumer and ask them to wait for like 5 minutes for the video generation part. So speed is one of the key metric for success in this case, especially for the consumer-facing apps. Right. So I think yeah, that's it. I just list some like other use case similar in the adjacent niche, right? With audio, real-time audio, and voice cloning, and also 3D generation. Some of we already have some AI is able to do 3D, but it's not fully there yet. Thank you. Any questions?
Yes, so is there any particular model you would recommend for, let's say I want to generate a video, right? Like say 10-second video. You mentioned, I think it was Google Veo 3.1.
Yeah.
That it was rapid fast, but then there's also other models like Sora 2 and whatnot. So is there any one particular model that you think has the best trade-off for the amount of time it takes to generate the video versus the actual quality?
Yeah, I'd say Veo 3.1 fast, like I mentioned. Yeah, before, because Sora 2 is good, but like it's really hype up, right? And especially with the Sora 2 app and bytecodes. And what I find about Sora 2 is number one, it's very inconsistent, and it's cool. It generates very cinematic video, but like the early diffusion model, like it's cool. Like it generates a beautiful landscape, but like what I'm gonna do with that, right? You know, you cannot like I think the issue with the Sora 2 is one, the moderation is very strict. You keep just giving you moderation errors, and second is even if you can generate, it's number one, it's very slow, and second is it's like very beautiful, very cinematic, very good for generating memes, but like I don't see commercial values out of it. For example, if I want to generate a marketing video, like with my logo in it, you know, if I want to generate an avatar, like a talking avatar with perfect lip sync in different languages, yeah, Veo 3 is still better at that. Oh yeah, please.
Do you have a sense of what kind of rappers are, like what kind of companies that are rappers are more likely to survive versus like less likely to survive?
I think as a rapper company, you shouldn't take like too much external investment, because they often push you to like take a big chunk of market, and then you don't have a mouth to survive, right? You don't have a mouth with a car like to survive like against the bigger guys. So I feel like you need to find a niche market, and then you just try to concentrate on this niche market. I feel like building like rappers is very similar in e-commerce where you do drop shipping. So you leverage the comparison is in drop shipping, you leverage like a factory to build like product for you, and then you're like a rapper, right? Kind of a rapper on top of this. It's so like print on demand. You just print like your logo on a T-shirt, right? But you are not the t-shirt maker, so that's the same with LLM wrappers. So the LLM are like the factory that powers the product, but you are like the wrapper. You are like the cherry on top of the cake, right? That's a similar description. But with drop shipping, there's a limitation. You cannot become Walmart, by doing drop shipping. So I'd say like you can build very like those niche apps that can maybe like get a few millions of users very fast, and the strategy maybe you can sell it to the bigger player, right? Or just maintaining it. Like there's some like just the same with e-commerce, right? There's some dropshipper they're okay with just making a few million per year, and they're a small team. Right, they didn't take external investment, so they didn't have the pressure to grow to like a multi-billion-dollar business. Yes, please.
For a 3D animation type of application where an animator is actually physically creating something, what do you see as someone's in the field as to what the impact would be? Do you see animators using AI tools more effectively, or instead of creating every single frame, do you see like just developing the storyline, say every minute, and then AI would kind of stitch it together based on a script? Or
I feel like generating those like scene that is like the background scene with the transitional scene where they have to be there, because if you watch a movie, right, you feel that the reason you feel it's very smooth is because a lot of scenes they feel useless, but they're here for that, like the transitional scene, right? So those scenes where there's empty room, and like the empty room, and you have B-roll into that scene, and then people walking in. But if you took this kind of scene away, you feel that something is missing, right? But I feel like AI would be like very good to fill in those kind of what I call filler scenes inside the movie. But again, like for video, the biggest issue right now is the character consistency. Right now I find that this year we have the image reference, but still like whenever I try to make a short film, my problem is I always need to ask at the end of the clip, the character just randomly turn their face toward the camera. I have to ask that. Because why? Because I need to take the last frame, and then I need to like carry the face over. I also forgot about the face.
oh,
Yeah. I was like, I started making films, and then I realized that's the problem. So I have to ask it very awkwardly, that character just for no reason, like look at the camera at the end of the scene. Yeah, so I also try some model allow you to have a start frame and end frame, but then the end frame, what happens is like sometimes you just jump the end frame without any like transition, so it's very weird. So I stopped using that. I feel that again it's not there yet for that.
thank you.
Yeah. Oh yes.
So you talk about different models. Have you done A/B tests with users to say, like the Amazon experiment of reducing latency by 10% increases engagement, or how do users find a model to use on your platform? Is it a router like GPT-5? Is it a recommendation? Is it users don't care? Like what's the setup?
Oh, for the like in terms of like images.
Yeah, like so you talked about like there's trade-offs, right? But your users, like who makes a decision on trade-offs?
Oh, okay. I'd say like whenever like the thing is most of our users, they are like we don't see them, right? They're not B2B users, but we did get some feedback though from like, for example, our whiteboard app, which we can act with editing, without editing. Definitely there's a big difference when we told people that we can do edit right now. And in terms of the trade-off, for example, between Nano Banana and the GPT Image 1, which is using JavaScript, I think the big difference between these two is the speed. A lot of people were telling me that GPT is much slower, and that's actually bugging them. So I think that's the biggest trade-off between these two from the user's perspective, because we've always been using the Google model, and I think there's a big difference also from we were using the Gemini 2.0, which is pre-Nano Banana. They also had the image editing feature, but back then it wasn't good. So it wasn't good at all. We actually see like from analytics that there's less people using that, so we just get rid of that until Nano Banana came out, and then we put it back. I think you have a question.
Yeah. When it comes to general applications, speed is definitely one important metric
Yeah.
that's been coming up a lot, right? But is there a way to generally benchmark and measure how ready a certain technology is for adoption into utility? So away from novel utility, basically, is there a way to measure how ready that application is, or how ready that technology is?
I think you need to know the industry a lot, right? So there's no general formula for that, because it is a difficult problem to find product market fit. Venture capitalists spend millions and millions, some of them billions, to find that out, right? It is a very difficult problem. So you really need to know, like the business aspect, like the people who are using this type of product, what are their pain points, and you need to identify those things, right? For example, like it's easy for me to tell the image editing part because I, as a business owner, I always find it difficult to like do editing with Photoshop, right? So that's why I try to see, okay, yeah, is there a way that I can use AI to do my banner editing and also aesthetically looks okay? I think that's another thing with the AI right now. It's you can like AI is fairly bad at judging if an image looks very good, where it fits your brand. It can give you some tips if the image respect your color palette. Like I think that's probably the best they can do right now. So and I think just for now it's saying I don't think there's AI can help you in that. You probably just need to know the industry and see see with the evolution of the technologies, and do you see a pattern? And also how many people are working on it? In case for image editing, it's really competitive. The same with video generation and eventually video editing as well.
Just to follow up on that.
Yeah.
So, generally, larger models are better, but slower, and smaller models, generally speaking, are faster, but their performance is way worse. But it's also becoming true that scaling models in terms of size is becoming more and more difficult in improving performance.
Yeah.
So is there going to be like some kind of tipping point, or is there some kind of optimal trade-off in terms of size versus speed when it comes to adoption for a certain application or technology? And is that going to get better or worse in the future?
I think I think right now we have a lot of those agentic workflow, right? Where you just depending what user want, you use a different model, right? I think that going forward, it's gonna be like that. Right now we have MCP for tool calling. We have different agentic we have already a dozen of agentic frameworks right now. So, but each of them is doing similar thing, right? They make sure like each agent is specialized, is calling a different tool that is optimal for that specific use case. But I think going forward, that's going to be the trend instead of like a master like AGI model, which I don't think it will happen in the next few years. It's more, we're going more into the direction of one master agent that is just doing classification, saying, okay, this is like I'm chatting with this user and this user wants this. Okay, then I'm talking to my library of agent, and then this agent can handle this user's request better. Then I let this agent. right? Because we were having a bunch of agent-to-agent protocol and also, of course, MCP protocol for tool callings. So I think going forward, unless we hit AGI, which is in what you mentioned, a big model that can do almost anything, I think we are going to be continuing on the path of agent-to-agent protocols. Any other questions? Thank you, guys.